Hair loss treatments are becoming a clear example of how AI discovery changes commercial visibility. A buyer asks for the best option, the AI platform retrieves public evidence, compares brands, and produces a shortlist. In that moment, brand awareness alone carries less weight than recommendation stage visibility. Hey, I'm Mark Huntley, founder and CEO of CiteWorks Studio. At CiteWorks Studio, we study how brands show up across Google, AI answers, and the public sources buyers trust before making decisions, and how that visibility turns into credible citations, comparisons, and recommendations. The benchmark shows a category where discovery is shifting from dermatologist referrals, Google search, and direct-to-consumer advertising into AI-generated shortlists. Consumers are asking AI systems to compare providers, explain treatment options, summarize pricing, and recommend brands. That creates a decision layer before the website visit. For hair loss treatments, where trust, clinical credibility, pricing clarity, and perceived safety matter, AI systems are acting as shortlist builders. The brands that earn top 3 recommendations are positioned closest to the buying moment. This benchmark is based on June 2026 data across 1,102 observations, 6 AI platforms, and 3 public high-intent prompt clusters. It is directional, point in time, and the modeled values are estimates, not revenue. The public benchmark shows recommendation power concentrating around 3 brands: Nutrafol, Rogaine, and 𝐒𝐡𝐨𝐬𝐬. Nutrafol leads overall with 24.9% valid recommendation coverage, the highest top 10 rate at 22.7%, and a modeled monthly AI authority value of $3.9 million. Its strength appears broad across the 6 tested platforms. Rogaine is the rank 1 leader. It has a 14.2% rank 1 rate and an average recommended rank of 1.58, which means that when it is recommended, it is usually presented first or second. 𝐒𝐡𝐨𝐬𝐬 ranks 3rd with $3.2 million in modeled monthly AI authority value, though the benchmark notes that a meaningful share of that value comes from visibility assist rather than direct recommendations. That distinction matters. Mentions, visibility, valid recommendations, top 3 placement, and rank 1 placement are separate signals. Leadership teams should not treat them as interchangeable. The most important strategic signal in the benchmark is the gap between being retrieved and being recommended. Bosley appears in 7.7% of all observations across the 1,102 observation dataset, but receives valid recommendations in only 0.8% of cases. HairClub shows a similar pattern, with 3.0% observation presence and virtually no recommendation coverage. That means AI systems recognize these brands. They appear in responses, but the systems rarely advance them as buying options. For executives, this is a different problem from invisibility. The brand is present in the comparison environment, but it lacks the positive framing, source support, or recommendation evidence needed to earn shortlist placement. Neutral mentions can create a false sense of progress. A listed brand is visible, but a recommended brand is commercially advantaged. The pricing cluster is the highest intent battleground in the public dataset. The telehealth and online prescription pricing cluster carries a $17.0 million modeled monthly opportunity and the highest buyer stage multiplier among the 3 public clusters. Nutrafol leads there with a 26.9% top 10 rate and $1.6 million in captured modeled value. HappyHead is the notable under-recognized performer with a 12.8% top 10 rate and an average recommended rank of 1.48 in that cluster. The platform view is just as important. Rogaine leads on ChatGPT with a 25.1% rank 1 rate and captures 30.9% of top 3 recommendations on Perplexity. Nutrafol leads on Copilot Google AI mode and Google AI Overviews. 𝐒𝐡𝐨𝐬𝐬 performs best on Google AI Overviews, where it captures 13.6% of platform-level recommendation opportunity. No single brand leads everywhere. That suggests citation architecture and source footprint vary meaningfully by AI platform. AI systems synthesize answers from public source material. In this benchmark, the strongest performers appear to benefit from wider and more credible evidence layers. The report points to source types that may shape recommendations in hair loss treatments: brand sites, editorial reviews, dermatologist and clinician content, clinical study references, comparison pages, pricing pages, forums, and telehealth directories. Nutrafol's broad coverage suggests a public evidence layer that is retrievable across platforms. Rogaine likely benefits from long-standing clinical visibility around minoxidil and medical reference coverage. 𝐒𝐡𝐈𝐴 appear aligned with telehealth comparison and pricing prompts. For brands with weak recommendation coverage, the issue may be source type and framing. Directory listings and brand-owned pages may create mentions, but ranked recommendations usually require stronger third-party validation and clearer comparison evidence. The leadership takeaway is simple. In hair loss treatments, AI visibility has to be managed at the recommendation stage. Teams should monitor high-intent prompts, separate mentions from valid recommendations, track top 3 and rank 1 performance, and identify which sources are shaping AI answers. This benchmark does not prove permanent market position. AI outputs change as models and source material change. But it does show where recommendation value was concentrating in June 2026. For growth leaders, the priority is building the citation architecture that makes a brand credible enough to recommend, not merely familiar enough to mention.